At 70, Denzel Washington has nothing left to prove, yet he often chooses to talk about the people who inspired him most, the actors who shaped his craft, fueled his passion, and reminded him why storytelling matters.
Not anymore. The thing comes over.
The thing comes over
They don't
now.
get out and...
Some were giants he grew up watching, others were peers who matched his fire, and a few were younger souls whose talent moved him deeply.
to playing the role.
So on this.
These are the 10 actors Denzel Washington truly admires, the ones who left a lasting mark on his life and legacy. Starting at number 10, we have Chadwick Boseman.
Right.
I did an independent film called Message from the King.
When you think of Chadwick Boseman, many immediately remember Black Panther, 42, or Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. But for Denzel Washington, Chadwick was more than a peer. He was someone Denzel quietly nurtured, believed in, and honored with deep public reverence. In 2019, at Denzel's American Film Institute Lifetime Achievement Awards ceremony, Chadwick stepped up to the microphone. He said something unforgettable. "There is no Black Panther without Denzel Washington. My whole cast, that generation, stands on your shoulders."
As fate would have it, I was one of the students that he paid for.
That line captivated the world, but those present understood it was more than praise. It was the weight of legacy speaking from one artist to another. Chadwick also revealed that Denzel had quietly paid for his tuition for an acting program at Oxford, a secret gesture of support that Chadwick only disclosed later in life. That act became a symbol to many of Denzel's belief in lifting those coming behind him. It's not a story of showmanship. It's a story of giving without broadcast.
Your benefactor was none other than the dopest actor on the planet.
On set, during Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Denzel sensed something was off with Chadwick. Without pressing, Denzel respected Chadwick's privacy, only later learning of the colon cancer Chadwick had concealed. After Chadwick's passing, Denzel honored him as a gentle soul and a brilliant artist. What makes this connection extraordinary isn't just the gestures of support or the words spoken. It's that Denzel recognized a young light, invested without fanfare, and engaged with Chadwick as an equal, someone whose artistry mattered deeply. Chadwick Boseman may have been younger in years, but in Denzel's eyes, he carried weight, responsibility, and purpose. And in that sense, he earned his place on this list, not by asking, but by deserving it. Moving on, at number 9, we have Tom Hanks.
It's critical mass and it's okay. And one of the things that happens as it's grown.
Denzel Washington and Tom Hanks may not have been close friends, but their work together on the movie Philadelphia left a lasting impression on both men and on cinema itself. For Denzel, Hanks represented a rare kind of actor, one who could embody honesty so effortlessly that the audience trusted him instantly. It wasn't just about technique, it was about truth.
Candy bars, I would like sneeze and 500.
In the movie, Hanks took on the role of Andrew Beckett, a lawyer battling acquired immunodeficiency syndrome and workplace discrimination, while Denzel played Joe Miller, the attorney who reluctantly defends him. The film required enormous vulnerability, and both men delivered it with restraint and dignity. Denzel later reflected that working with Hanks was like running alongside someone who never broke stride, an actor who was always in control of his craft. Hanks's commitment, precision, and quiet emotional power made a deep impression.
To be a vessel and touch people around the world.
Years later, while promoting The Magnificent Seven, Denzel spoke about what makes certain actors special. He said, "There's another actor that I worked with, by the name of Hanks, who had that same quality about them, that you just really like them. Aside from their obvious talent, they're good people, and it comes across on screen." That single statement summed up everything Denzel admired about Tom. A kind of decency that can't be faked, one that naturally translates into his performances. Hanks would later return the compliment, singling out Denzel's excellent approach when it comes to acting. There's a quiet mutual respect between them, built not on friendship, but on excellence. Tom Hanks may not be someone Denzel knows personally, but he's someone Denzel respects completely. And in Denzel's world, that kind of respect is everything. Now, let's have a look at number 8, which is none other than Viola Davis.
Really stopped it for a long period of time. I went to get an MRI.
Few collaborations in Denzel Washington's career have felt as raw and electric as the one he shares with Viola Davis. They first worked together on the Broadway revival of Fences in 2010, a performance that earned both of them Tony Awards. When the play was later adapted into the 2016 film, Denzel directed it and chose Viola to reprise her role, a decision that led her to win an Oscar. Their chemistry on screen wasn't manufactured. It was built on mutual respect and an understanding of what truth in acting really means.
She starts going in, and I start hearing,
Denzel has often spoken about Viola with deep admiration, saying, "She's good and I love her." What stands out to him isn't just her skill, but her emotional fearlessness, her ability to make silence feel powerful and pain feel human. In Fences, their scenes weren't just dialogue. They were emotional battles layered with decades of unspoken hurt. Denzel once said directing Viola was easy. Just leave her alone and just watch.
That he has created characters.
For Viola, Denzel represents the same kind of strength she strives for. She called him the actor's director, praising his discipline and attention to detail. Offset, their relationship is rooted in mutual gratitude. Two artists from similar beginnings who carved their place in Hollywood without compromising their authenticity.
With what we've been given, it's like Denzel said.
Their partnership in Fences remains one of the most celebrated actor-director collaborations of the decade. But beyond the accolades, Denzel's admiration for Viola Davis runs deeper. He sees in her the same things that drive him: courage, depth, and a relentless pursuit of truth. In every way that matters, Viola Davis embodies the kind of artistry Denzel Washington respects most. Number 7, Paul Newman.
Training had been in the academic world.
Denzel Washington has always admired actors who bring quiet power to their performances, and few did that better than Paul Newman. To Denzel, Newman wasn't just a movie star, he was an artist who combined charisma with conscience. Newman's effortless cool in films like Cool Hand Luke and The Verdict made a lasting impression on Denzel, who has often praised the way Newman could command attention without ever raising his voice.
well, because we had done the play and we'd had success with the play. So I knew.
In interviews, Denzel has pointed to Newman as an example of what it means to age gracefully in Hollywood, to evolve without losing integrity. Newman built a career not on showmanship, but on depth, and that's something Denzel deeply respects. Both men were known for choosing roles that said something about humanity, morality, and personal struggle. Denzel once said he admired Newman's ability to say everything by doing less, a philosophy that clearly influenced Denzel's own acting style. But it wasn't just Newman's performances that earned Denzel's respect, it was the man behind them. Newman was famously private, philanthropic, and principled. Through his Newman's Own brand, he donated millions to charity, quietly building a legacy beyond the screen.
And so it will still be in the family, but
Denzel has often expressed admiration for people who use their success to serve others, and Newman embodied that completely. When Denzel received the American Film Institute's Lifetime Achievement Award, many critics drew parallels between him and Newman, two actors who managed to stay respected, relevant, and scandal-free in an industry that rarely allows it. Newman's combination of humility, purpose, and enduring class set a standard Denzel has lived up to in his own way.
Kind of relaxed. It's not the pressure of, I think I'm going to get the awards.
For Denzel Washington, Paul Newman represented more than talent. He represented the kind of man every actor hopes to become when the cameras stop rolling. Moving on to number 6, we have Gene Hackman.
I have a tremendous amount of respect for him, and I was happy to get the opportunity to work with someone who I consider one of the masters.
When Denzel Washington talks about actors who command respect, Gene Hackman's name almost always comes up. Hackman represents the kind of authenticity Denzel values most. No ego, no flash, just raw, believable power. The two first worked together on Crimson Tide in 1995, a tense submarine thriller that paired them as two strong-willed men locked in a moral and military standoff. The energy between them was magnetic, two actors at the top of their game, neither backing down.
And I could learn a lot. It was exciting.
Denzel has often described Hackman as a force on screen, someone who could make silence feel dangerous and authority feel natural. Watching Hackman work up close was, for Denzel, like taking a masterclass in restraint and realism. Their scenes in Crimson Tide weren't just about dialogue, they were about presence. Every look, every pause carried weight, and Denzel matched that intensity moment for moment.
The thing I had to worry about, and I found myself doing, was just sitting there watching him.
What Denzel admired most about Hackman wasn't fame or longevity, it was commitment. Hackman was known for his discipline, his refusal to settle for anything false, and his ability to disappear completely into a role. That kind of devotion mirrored Denzel's own approach to acting. Both men were perfectionists, driven by a need for truth rather than applause.
It's also very pleasant when you're writing to be able to...
Though Hackman retired from acting in the early 2000s, Denzel has continued to speak of him with deep respect. He sees Hackman as one of the last of a generation that valued craftsmanship above everything else. Their collaboration on Crimson Tide remains one of the finest actor duels in modern cinema, two masters testing each other in real time. For Denzel Washington, Gene Hackman isn't just a great actor, he's a reminder of what real, disciplined artistry looks like. At number 5, we have Meryl Streep.
That was Dino De Laurentiis Sr.
When it comes to raw talent, Denzel Washington has always said that Meryl Streep sets the bar. He's not the kind of actor who throws compliments around carelessly, but when he talks about Meryl, there's genuine admiration. The two starred together in The Manchurian Candidate in 2004, and from that moment, Denzel made it clear, working with her was like playing chess with a grandmaster. He once mentioned that what separates Meryl isn't just her technique, but her fearlessness. On set, she's known for being completely unafraid to look strange, vulnerable, or even unlikable if it serves the story. That's something Denzel deeply respects, because it mirrors his own belief that truth in acting comes from surrender, letting go of ego and control to let the character breathe.
My mother, she's 95 years old now.
Their scenes together had a quiet electricity. Denzel matched her intensity with his usual precision, and the result was two powerhouse performers feeding off each other's instincts. Off-screen, their relationship was rooted in mutual respect. Denzel admired how Meryl could shift from deeply emotional to effortlessly commanding in a single breath, and he's often cited her as one of the greatest examples of what it means to live inside a character. Even after decades in Hollywood, Meryl's curiosity and dedication never wavered. She approached each scene like a puzzle, exploring every nuance and angle, pushing herself and those around her to dig deeper. Watching her work left a clear impression. True mastery isn't just talent. It's relentless discipline, fearless exploration, and a refusal to settle for anything less than truth. Moving on, at number 4, we have Morgan Freeman.
Denzel and I were in a Joseph Papp production.
Morgan Freeman is more than a legendary voice and presence on screen. To Denzel Washington, he's a living example of what quiet excellence looks like. Their paths first crossed on the set of Glory in 1989, where both actors played soldiers in the 1st All-Black Regiment to fight for the Union Army. It was a film that demanded raw emotion and discipline, and for Denzel, working alongside Freeman left a lasting mark. Watching, Morgan's calm, methodical approach to each scene taught him that great acting doesn't always come from intensity. Sometimes it comes from stillness.
We click swords 3 times, I stab you, you fall down and die.
That experience stayed with Denzel throughout his career. He's mentioned in interviews that Freeman's ability to convey power through silence and subtlety helped him refine his own craft. You can see echoes of that influence in the way Denzel delivers his performances, the pauses, the control, the quiet authority that draws you in without a word.
So Morgan looked at me with that look, like the one he has now.
Beyond the screen, the two have shared a friendship built on mutual respect and longevity in an industry that's constantly changing. They've crossed paths at award shows, tributes, and film events over the years, often speaking about each other with deep admiration. To Denzel, Freeman represents more than talent. He's proof that success and humility can coexist.
Was an actor with a God-given sense, timing, perfect ear for nuance.
Even decades later, that early collaboration on Glory continues to echo through Denzel's work. It reminded him that true power in acting lies not in showing everything, but in knowing when to hold back. And that's a lesson he credits, in part, to the steady brilliance of Morgan Freeman. Number 3, Daniel Day-Lewis.
To be your name when you appeared, but what a wonderful day.
When Denzel Washington points to actors who take the craft to its edge, Daniel Day-Lewis is always near the top of the list. What draws Denzel to Day-Lewis isn't imitation, it's recognition of a similar devotion to authenticity. Day-Lewis's career is defined by radical transformation, roles where he goes so deep that the actor almost evaporates and only the character remains.
So that you build up to that next movie. Where is he? I mean, when's the last time you saw Daniel Day-Lewis?
The method itself isn't the point for Denzel, it's the discipline behind it. Watching Day-Lewis commit, whether in My Left Foot, There Will Be Blood, or Lincoln, showed a level of single-minded focus that Denzel respects. Both actors prize intention, choosing work that demands something real, then giving everything to it. That selection and sacrifice are what, to Denzel, mark an artist's seriousness. Their careers also intersected in the public spotlight. Around the early 2000s, Denzel's Best Actor win for Training Day placed him at the center of Hollywood acclaim, while Day-Lewis was similarly prominent for his work in heavyweight projects. That era underscored how both men, in different ways, came to represent acting as a craft. What resonates most with Denzel is Day-Lewis's refusal to treat performance like a formula. He doesn't chase trends or headlines. He picks parts that demand transformation and then honors them fully. That kind of integrity, the courage to disappear into a role and the wisdom to step away when the work is done, is a blueprint Denzel admires. In a business of appearances, Day-Lewis's career reads as an argument for seriousness. Patience over speed, depth over volume. For Denzel Washington, that quiet, uncompromising pursuit of truth in performance is exactly why Daniel Day-Lewis belongs on this list. At number 2, we have Robert De Niro.
And in all seriousness, and we know it here, people have to get out and vote and vote and vote and vote.
Denzel Washington has never hidden his respect for Robert De Niro. Long before they ever met, Denzel was studying him, the way he moved through a scene, how he used silence, how every glance carried a story. Watching Taxi Driver and Raging Bull wasn't just entertainment for a young actor finding his voice, it was for education. De Niro showed him that power on screen doesn't come from volume, it comes from precision. As Denzel's own career took shape, he often found himself returning to De Niro's performances for guidance. There was something almost surgical about De Niro's focus, that ability to strip away everything unnecessary until only authenticity remained.
They talk about the roles we have. No, but that doesn't mean one role is more important. Yes, I'm the breadwinner.
It's a quality Denzel carried into his own process. Prepare relentlessly, then let instinct take over. In that sense, De Niro became an unspoken mentor, teaching him that stillness can be just as commanding as fire. Over the years, the admiration became mutual. De Niro has praised Denzel as one of the greats, recognizing in him the same dedication he's always valued. Whenever the two share a stage or interview space, there's an easy respect. No competition, just two craftsmen who understand the cost of excellence.
Mr. De Niro, sir. Bobby, look up, sir. Watch your hands.
What Denzel values most about De Niro isn't just the performances, it's the endurance. He's watched him stay grounded, selective, and faithful to his craft while the industry constantly changes around him. That kind of longevity, built on integrity rather than image, is what Denzel holds in the highest regard. To him, De Niro isn't simply a great actor, he's proof that mastery is a lifelong pursuit. Finally, at number 1, we have Sidney Poitier.
And she said, "Don't worry about your son."
Sidney Poitier isn't just an actor in Denzel Washington's eyes. He's a trailblazer who reshaped Hollywood itself. Long before Denzel stepped onto a set, Poitier was breaking barriers that no one thought could be broken. He became the first black actor to win the Academy Award for Best Actor in 1964 for Lilies of the Field, a moment that didn't just honor a single performance, but signaled a seismic shift in an industry steeped in prejudice. For Denzel, Poitier represents the intersection of artistry, courage, and cultural significance.
I met Sidney for the first time in 1977.
Poitier's work carried weight beyond the screen. Films like A Raisin in the Sun and In the Heat of the Night were more than stories. They were statements. They demanded that audiences confront society's biases, and they showed what black actors could achieve when given complex human roles. Denzel has often cited Poitier's career as a blueprint for combining skill with impact, proving that acting isn't just about fame or awards, but about leaving a mark that changes perceptions and opens doors for others.
The man of my dreams, the only time I've said that.
Unlike many actors today, Poitier's performances were never about flash or spectacle. He commanded the screen with quiet authority, grace, and intelligence, forcing viewers to engage with the character and the story rather than being distracted by theatrics.
40 years, he's like more than a friend, more than a father figure.
That precision, that ability to make every gesture and pause meaningful, is something Denzel studied closely as he forged his own path. The influence extends beyond acting technique. Poitier's career demonstrated how to navigate Hollywood with integrity, insisting on roles that honored dignity and depth. Denzel has followed that route, consistently choosing work that challenges, inspires, and resonates, and in doing so, carries forward the legacy Poitier built decades earlier.
Everything about where I was going because he had been there.
Sidney Poitier isn't just admired by Denzel Washington, he's a symbol of possibility. He showed what could be accomplished when talent meets courage, and when every choice is guided by purpose. For Denzel, Poitier embodies everything an actor should aspire to be: fearless, thoughtful, and transformative. In a career full of icons, Poitier remains the one who first taught the world how powerful acting can truly be. From actors who inspired him to actors that he helped to make a name for themselves, these are Denzel Washington's 10 favorite actors of all time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.